Hello, good morning and welcome to Colin The Head's World of Everything. And today, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be visiting a local power station. Now, the local power station we're going to be visiting is known as Ferrybridge Powerstation. Ferrybridge Powerstation is probably one of the most iconic landmarks that exists in Yorkshire. When you can see Ferrybridge Powerstation, it's like one of the first signals that you're getting home. You know, if you've been on a long journey or you're heading back into Yorkshire, into the Pontefract area, I mean, you can see it from up in Pennines, for crying out loud. You can see it for miles. So it's quite a landmark and it's quite well known. Now, for the last 2 years, Ferrybridge Powerstation has been closed due to carbon emissions and the nation, Britain, going green and becoming more, you know, a green future in our energy producing capabilities. And the demolition work is beginning at the power station today. What we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the demolition of one of the cooling towers, and particularly it's the start off. It's the beginning of the demolition. So obviously there's 8 cooling towers at Ferrybridge Power Station, and they're approximately 114 meters tall. Now, there's 8 of them in total, but today they're just going to be blowing down one. There's one going to be being blown down. On today's episode of Colin The Head's World of Everything, we're going to visit Ferrybridge and we're going to take a look at the demolition of cooling tower number 6. Demolition in approximately an hour and 10 minutes actually. These road closures could still be in place. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good day on Colin The Head's World of Everything. Right, so here we are at Ferrybridge. We have come to the actual location and we're just in a field, right? This is where we are. We're in a field just adjacent to A1. We've got A1 behind us and obviously we've got Ferrybridge in front of us. Now obviously it's cooling tower number 6 that's going to be destroyed today. So cooling tower number 6 one is the second one in from the left. So it's not the first one, it's the second one. That's the one that's down for destruction today. So here we are at this little field. We've got plenty of amateur photographers and stuff that have come to see the actual event. Each cooling tower is 114 meters high. There was 8 of them constructed here on the Ferrybridge Sea. So obviously there's been another power station, and actually the cooling towers actually blew down in a windstorm. Now the reason for this is that when they built the actual cooling towers, they didn't stagger them. Now, as you can see, these cooling towers are in a staggered formation. They're staggered, right? That's so the wind will pass through them and not blow them down. But today they're going to blow them up with plastic explosives and they're all just going to collapse anyway. So that's just a little bit about Ferrybridge Sea in its entirety. But it's not going to be in its entirety anymore after today, because we're going to be a cooling tower down. Obviously in October there's actually another demolition event actually going to be happening here at Ferrybridge Sea Power Station, where there's going to be 4 cooling towers destroyed, but today we're just going for the one. I'm Colin The Head and this is Colin The Head's World of Everything. So here we are, just there's a few klaxons go off and that, and just waiting for the demolition to commence here on Colin The Head's World of Everything. It's quite a tense moment actually, everyone's eagerly awaiting it. We've got masses members of the public turned out, you know, from the Ferrybridge local area, and here we are. And further, people have turned up from far and wide to watch this. God, it's eerily quiet, isn't it? Look how quiet it is.
It's not very quiet when you're talking.
Oh, that's rockets. So we've got 2 rockets. They go off just before it goes off then. Are you filming?
Over at the tower?
Whoa, look at that! That's mint! There you go.
It's a
It went to one side, didn't
It
it?
like folded in, didn't it?
I think it was supposed to come straight down now.
Yeah, I think so.
It does.
Didn't it go wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know, did it go wrong?
I don't know, it went to one kink, didn't it?
Like it folded in on its head.
And then it'd be flat.
Well, it's gone.
It's not there now, is it?
That can't have been.
That was epic, did you get it?
Well, I need one, I need something to find it.
Quality that. Really good. Really good, right. Right, Dale? Yes, mate. Well done.
That's the age of Colin The Head. That's your fan.
Yeah.
She's watched all your things.
Yeah, do you want a business card?
Yeah, you
Yeah, do you want one of them? Oh, good. See you later, Dale. See you in a bit, mate.
See if we can beat the rush.
Yeah, there'll be a mass exodus now out of this field. So there you have it. That's cooling tower number 6 that's been destroyed on the 28th of July 2019 here at Ferrybridge. We've left the area now at Ferrybridge and we've come out of the cornfield and we're back in the car. And what can I really say about it all? The first thing I'm going to start talking about is the dust. The dust, the amount of dust it's actually created. We were positioned roughly a mile away from the cooling tower, and we weren't there after the actual demolition for particularly long, a few minutes, and we can already feel the dust on back of my throat, the dust it's produced. So I got to think what the residents of Ferrybridge are experiencing. The amount of dust that's engulfed that little village here in West Yorkshire is absolutely immense. There's quite a solemn feeling about the field at the time, though obviously we had a lot of spectators which were stood around in the actual vicinity of the actual shoot, and if I'm truly honest, the feeling of, you could cut the atmosphere with a knife when the actual klaxons were sounding to actually warn everybody that the demolition were going to take place. The demolition itself was it was probably one of the most naturalist things I've ever seen in my life. The actual falling of the tower and how it folded into its then. It was a really spectacular thing to watch, and which made it even better was the actual delay of the sound. We saw this cooling tower fall first before the actual sound got to us. So it's been a great day actually. It's been a really interesting day for Colin The Head's World of Everything. It's good to see the local community out and about to see something, and it was good to see people gathering together. So that's about it for Colin The Head's World of Everything today. Thank you for watching. I'm Colin The Head, and that's mint. That's mint.